Hey team, one of the last few videos really for this trip, because as you may be able to tell there, I'm back at Heathrow to start the journey home. So the journey home is a little bit different than the journey here. I'm going Zurich instead of Munich, and then I go to Singapore, then Auckland, then home. So unfortunately I do have to go through Auckland. I need to pick up my bags in Auckland for the transfer, because obviously there's two different terminals there that are quite far apart, and one's international, one's domestic. So pick up my bag in Auckland, then head on over to the domestic terminal, and then head down to Christchurch, and I will be home. This has not felt like 3.5 months, I'm not gonna lie. It has whizzed by, but I am looking forward to getting home. I'm looking forward to seeing my dog, seeing my partner, and very much looking forward to my own bed. And it'll be back onto job hunting again pretty quickly. Put a few feelers out already, so we'll see how we get on. Whew. I've got about 4 hours before my flight yet, so I'm just gonna chill out for a bit, do some vaping, relax as much as I can before I head through security, and then go from there. Big message out, because I'll probably forget to say it later, to anybody who has watched any of these videos, and a massive thank you to anybody who's watched them all the way through. This did just start as a way for me to remember the trip, but the fact that people have been watching it has been quite cool. Not many people. It's not like I've gone viral or anything, but I have thoroughly enjoyed making these videos, putting them together. I'm always going to be a little bit behind, but they're not going to be live the day that I shoot them or anything like that. It's just been when I can do it, I'll do it. So I'll give you a quick look around just the outside here of Terminal 2, the Queen's Terminal. And just over there you can, well, I just saw a British Airways flight take off, so the airport here is basically its own suburb. It is massive, so yeah, gonna chill out, relax now, and eventually get on the plane. Okay, so here we are. About to leave British soil and right now to make our way to Zurich. Got a window seat this time, for this leg anyway. The next one I'm in the aisle for the big one, which is nice. Do tend to be able to get a little bit of extra leg room in the aisle, so that's always a bit of a bonus. But yeah, we've got, I think it's only about less than 2 hours flight to Zurich, I think, from memory, or about 2 hours, maybe a bit more. And then we'll land in Zurich. We've got about an hour and a half to get to the next gate, and then we're on Swiss Air again. Oh yeah, I don't think I actually said that. I'm on the Swiss Air, so this is the Singapore. I'm going to list the ones because currently we've got Singapore, Lufthansa, Erlanger, Volatia, Ryanair. I'm sure they're missing one. Oh, Iberia. Yeah, so this is the 7th different airline I've been on this trip. And it'll be 8 by the time I get home to Christchurch, because of Air New Zealand. Air New Zealand's going to be the last one that I take on this trip, so yeah, not a bad way to, not a terrible way to finish it off with the home airline anyway, so it's all good. We're loading up the people now, so we should be off and running within about an hour or so. And then it's, yeah, up to Zurich. From Zurich to Singapore, from Singapore to Auckland, and then Auckland to Christchurch. And then most likely home to bed. See how we get on. About 15 minutes, I'm landing in Zurich now. It's still
welche größer sind als ein Tablet und auch
So yeah,
Handgepäck ordnungsgemäß
should be
zu verstauen.
fine. Be able to go to the bathroom. Might be able to have a vape.
Bitte stellen Sie Ihre Sitzlehne senkrecht, klappen Sie den Tisch zurück und öffnen Sie die Fensterflächen. Die Sicherheitsinstruktionskarte befindet sich in Ihrer Sitztasche. Bitte lesen Sie diese vor der Landung aufmerksam vor. Im unwahrscheinlichen Fall einer Evakuierung müssen Sie sämtliches Handgepäck zurücklassen.
The second short flight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be landing in a few minutes. Please make sure now that your seatbelt is securely fastened and any hand luggage and larger electronic equipment correctly stowed for the landing. We also ask you to put your seat back in your upright position, fold away your table and pull up the window blinds. The safety instructions card is to be found in your seat pocket. Please read it carefully prior to landing. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, you must leave all your hand luggage behind. Thank you.
A bit of testing ones, but I will get fed properly on it. Here I got a bottle of water and a really delicious chocolate, which is obviously what the Swiss are famous for, so that's not a big surprise that the chocolate was as good as it was. So I keep looking at them and they're tasting pretty light. But yeah, we'll be landing in the next 5-10 minutes or so. Another plane going down into the airport. It is much lower now. We're going to be doing a beach now, and then we'll be going properly into London, and then making sure everything's sorted before jumping on the next one. I'm still in a little bit of disbelief that this trip's over has flown by at an immense rate of knots. Yeah, it's been a time. But looking at the camera now that I've got glasses on, plus I've been dirty carpet, which should look alright. The beard may need a bit of a trim, but into Zurich Airport. So in Zurich Airport now, waiting to board. So there was no need to stress. I had a lot more time than what I originally thought because we haven't started boarding yet. Boarding doesn't start until for another 5 minutes or so. We're getting the less able people on first, and obviously the premium guys first. and then it'll be out tonight. So I had a lot more time than what I thought. And I'm going to have a lot of time in Singapore as well. I think I said I've got about 6 hours or so layover in Singapore again before heading off to Auckland, and that's going to be the stressful one, getting through customs and immigration and all that sort of nonsense before having to rush to the other terminal to catch the Auckland flight. So, and baggage claim in Auckland as well. And then rush to try and catch the final flight home. Fingers crossed it all goes smoothly. Ideally we'd be ahead of time going into Auckland, but we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. It's about 15 minutes out from Singapore now. You can see that we're quite close. About a 13-hour flight, this one. And I've just looked at my boarding on time, so we're landing in at Singapore at 5 PM. My flight out is, we start boarding at 40% tonight, so a little bit less than the last layover in Singapore, which I'm more than happy about. Remember, I don't have much of a gap once I get to Auckland, so I may have to run once I'm there, unfortunately, but we'll see how we get on. But for now we're going to enjoy Singapore Airport. Once again I can't go to Singapore, which is a shame, but these things happen. And we'll be touching down in Singapore shortly. We'll do some exploring and some relaxing, and then we'll be on our way back home. So back at Changi now in Singapore, and we've actually pulled up to the gate that we left from when we started this trip from Singapore, so small little tidbit there. Here we go. So like I said, we've got about 5 hour layover here, and it's onwards to Auckland, and very quick turnaround there. Hopefully I'll get it all done, and then back to Christchurch and home and bed and partner and dog. That'll be nice. So look at the positive side. Like I said, I've got very mixed feelings about this trip being over. Very glad in some parts and very bit down in some parts, but it's been a great experience overall. So, and thank you for joining me on it. Same as before, still here chilling in Changi Airport. Got 2 hours till boarding time, 3 hours till flight. Halfway home, 2 flights down, 2 flights to go. I was hoping it was just going to be one this last one, straight into Christchurch, but unfortunately not. I do have to go via Auckland, which is what it is. And the Auckland bit's actually what I'm stressing about, because I've got something like an hour and a half to get to my flight. Probably an hour to drop my bags off. So, and that's to get through customs, immigration, all of that sort of nonsense. So, I mean, I had this tight one when I came back from America the first time, which was this last series actually, and I was able to skip through relatively quickly because of some help. So I'm hoping that'll be the case again. Someone's going to help me out, and I'll be able to jump right through and then run over to the domestic terminal. But we'll see how we get on. Fingers crossed. We've still got 12 plus hour flight to go before we land in Auckland, and then it'll be the big rush. So hopefully I'll get a good sleep on this flight, which I should. I am feeling quite tired, and then get a good sleep and then rush on through to my connecting flight. Fingers crossed. Like I said, we don't board for another 2 hours here in Singapore, so I'm doing some video admin stuff. Hopefully uploading something. But I am on the airport Wi-Fi. It did only give me 3 hours, so I'm hoping it'll stand out. Maybe not. We'll see. made it to Auckland. Another 12-hour flight, oh actually, what, 9-hour flights from Singapore. Landed in Auckland, ran to the domestic terminal, checked my bag in, so that's all done. And it starts boarding in about 7 minutes, so I'm taking a quick breather before heading off to get on the plane to Christchurch. We're almost home, 33, almost 34 hours later, so yeah, she's been a mission, but we've gotten there. I did manage to get a couple of hours sleep on that last flight, so it's a bit of a bonus, and yeah, homeward bound we are now. So 35 hours after starting this journey, I've finally just landed back home in Christchurch. 4 flights later, and like I said, 35 hours. And I'm home. I'm still on the plane for now, but I'll jump off, grab my bag, get to the car, grab my car, and head home. And then it'll be, I think, a break to give some between my partner and my dog. So that'll be a fun conversation. So you can see that. Yeah. Let's go home.